In the deserts of Syria, a lone hermit studied Hebrew by candlelight. That man would become Saint Jerome, the voice who gave scripture to the West. Jerome was born around 347 in Stridon, on the border of Dalmatia. From childhood, he had a sharp mind. His father, Eusebius, sent him to Rome to be educated by the finest teachers. There, Jerome mastered Latin and Greek, and he delighted in classical learning. But at the same time, he struggled to live a Christian life. Though baptized, he was often distracted by worldly pleasures. Yet deep down, God was at work. In time, Jerome felt the emptiness of his old ways, and his heart turned more and more toward Christ. He spent time in Aquileia, continuing his studies and beginning a life of deeper devotion. Eventually, he withdrew to the desert near Chalcis in Syria. There, for 4 years, he lived in solitude. He slept on the bare ground, fasted, prayed, and battled fierce temptations of the flesh. It was a time of trial, but also of grace. In that desert silence, Jerome devoted himself to study. He read the scriptures constantly, and desiring to know them more deeply, he began to learn Hebrew from a Jewish convert. This would prepare him for his life's greatest work. After his years of penance, Jerome returned to society. His vast knowledge and holiness soon drew attention, and he became secretary to Pope Damasus in Rome. The Pope gave him a task that would shape the church forever, to revise and translate the Bible into Latin. Jerome worked tirelessly, comparing Hebrew and Greek texts to ensure accuracy. His translation, the Latin Vulgate, became the Bible of the Western Church for more than 1,000 years. But Jerome was not only a translator, he was a defender of truth. With his fiery pen, he wrote against heresies, proclaimed the perpetual virginity of Mary, and taught that to love Scripture is to love Christ himself. He later settled in Bethlehem, where he continued his studies, letters, and works until his death in 420. The life of Saint Jerome reminds us that holiness is a journey through struggle, penance, and learning to surrender everything to God. He teaches us that study and prayer go hand in hand, and that to neglect the Scriptures is to neglect Christ himself. His own words still echo across the centuries. Ignorance of Scripture is ignorance of Christ. Saint Jerome, Doctor of the Church, pray for us.